to Friday, the New York Public Library presents the Necronomicon. H.P. Lovecraft and others wrote a whole series of horror stories based on it.
You don't really know much about Halloween. Halloween, the barriers will be down between the real and the unreal. And the dead might be looking in. The last great one took place 3,000 years ago when the hills ran red.
Welcome to my book collection.
He's coming for you.
What the?
Naharzatep, Asgaroth, Mezcatonic Cthulhu Shigarus, Mad Arabs and Fish People. Welcome to the Elusive exclusive Book Society. My name is Brown Jakin. You already know my co-hosts over here, Nate and Tom. And please, let's give a special welcome to our guests today, to the two old opera box hecklers from The Muppet Show.
Hey!
Today we're discussing an evil little story about the horrors of math. Take it away, Nate.
Well, thanks, Brown Jakin. Thanks for that lovely intro. And hello, everybody, to the Elusive Exclusive Book Society. We have special guests today, and it's Paul and Steve from Check Your Shelf. What is up, guys?
Hello, thanks for having us.
Yeah, you guys have fallen.
My Brown Jakin is way more janky than your Brown Jakin.
That's Ozempic Brown Jakin.
Ozempic Brown Jakin.
Oh, what?
Oh, we're not going to do any better than that. That's a pretty good joke.
All right. And, welcome everyone in the chat here. Hey, that's me.
Yeah, put your own comment up first.
There we go.
Nice.
Brown Jakin.
Nate likes his own videos, too.
This house right here.
Which house? Which is which? Which house is which house?
I'm a witch. It's my house.
Canceled.
I don't know if I can do this.
All right, I'll get
you can do it. We believe in you. We believe in you. You can do it.
I might be back, though.
With Brown Jakin. All right, yeah, welcome everyone. Today we're talking the Dreams in the Witch House by H.P. Lovecraft, which was first published in the July 1933 issue of Weird Tales. You guys have that one?
I got it later on somewhere.
Yeah?
No.
I was gonna say, what edition did you guys, all of us, read this in? Because I read it out of this Flame Tree Dark Fantasy Lovecraft collection.
I read it out of this gigantic thing,
Nice.
but for the video's sake, like it's like 12 pounds. So if I ever have to hold one up, I'll hold up a smaller one.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
I started in the Kindle and switched over to an audio version.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I would imagine that the audio version would be hard to take in. I don't know. I couldn't imagine someone reading this to me. I think it'd be difficult.
Ah.
I have done the audio version of this, and yeah, it's not as much fun to listen to as some of his other stuff, audio wise.
Yeah, because a lot of this stuff I had to reread it. I had to get through a paragraph and be like, wait, hold on a second. Impossible triangles. What's going on?
Impossible. Paul suggested that I dress up as a misshapen triangle. And I read mishappen. I was like a triangle that's lost its way. Like, what am I doing with my life as a triangle? But what is a misshapen triangle? A triangle is just a triangle. I don't understand that. It's either isosceles or right or, equilateral. What are some of the other triangles? Tell us in the comments. What are some of your favorite triangles? This is going to be a great
triangle
show.
that like a 3-year-old would draw a triangle. That would be a misshapen triangle.
Yeah,
Like-
it looks more like a cone.
Yeah.
Like it would be missing sides or something. Like the sides would be squiggly. Bermuda. Hey,
There it
is.
Somebody
There it
suggested
is.
Bermuda. Scalene's a good one.
Asked and answered.
Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about triangles and all things triangles. I hope, because the big challenge here is to take a really fantastic story like the Dreams in the Witch House and try to make a boring video about it.
We're gonna do it.
A love triangle. I like that.
Oh,
Yep.
That's an
Oh,
impossible triangle.
A bizarre love triangle.
That's good. I don't know much about triangles. I know that it's how can you have an impossible triangle? A triangle is a triangle.
I think that's the point of it. It's like
an
one hand clapping.
An MC Escher maybe triangle. If MC Escher drew it, you'd be like, that's an impossible triangle. I know my triangles, and that is impossible.
This is the nerdiest chat right now.
Yeah. It was your suggestion, wasn't it?
No.
Don't shove me in a locker.
This is what happens when you let him go, by the way.
All the math
This is what
nerds
happened.
are like, this is my time.
Yeah, that's right. Wow, all of us got like 1,000 more subs, but they're all from math geeks.
yeah.
A triangle. I love it. There is no triangle. There is a do angle or a do not angle, not
This
a
is,
triangle. Am I getting ahead of things by reading the
All right,
comments?
this has
before you
been the
put them up?
Elusive Exclusive Book Society. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Hey, it was great being on, guys.
Anyway,
Looking forward to the never again.
why are we talking triangles? Because in today's story, there's a young man named Walter Gilman of the Gilman family. I'm assuming related to the Innsmouth crew. Innsmouth, last year's Elusive
Innsmouth, I
Exclusive
just
Book
met him.
Society. Yeah, it all goes together. And
I'm all here.
he's a student at the Miskatonic University. He studies physics and mathematics, and he's into the occult after having read the Necronomicon in their local library.
As one does.
And he reads about the history of the town of Arkham, and there was a witch named Keziah the Witch. That's how I wrote it down. I think she had a last name.
I think it's good enough.
Yeah, she is from the 1600s, and
Mason.
they caught her for witchcraft, and they were gonna hang her. And they said, admit your witchcraft, and she said, well, actually, guys, I figured out a way to travel through dimensions per weird angles
With math.
with math. Yeah.
Quantum mechanics and such.
So the night that she is the night before she's going to be hung, she disappears from her cell, never to be seen again. And young Walter Gilman is impressed with this story, so he moves into the house that she once lived in, into the very room that she was said to do her magic or mathematical witchcraft. And I don't know. That's the beginning. Do you guys want to hear the whole plot? Is that good? You want to talk about it now?
And then he has dreams, and the dreams are in the witch house. All right, now we can start talking about it.
There we go. Well, at first he does it. At first he's disappointed. He gets there and he's all excited. He's all excited for Brown Jenkin, which, by the way, Brown Jenkin is a rat familiar with a human face and little tiny human hands.
They specify he has 4 human hands instead of paws.
I mean,
that.
rat hands already look like human hands. They gross me out. So
Yeah. Except not this one.
Huh.
Look how phony that is.
Phony Brown Jenkins.
Come on.
That was
Wasn't that a BC Boys song?
Phony Brown
I
Jenkins.
think it was.
Brown
Oh no,
Jenkins.
it was Tone Loc. Tone Loc did that song. Phony Brown Jenkins. You guys remember?
yeah. Funky Cole Medina. I got it, Steve.
You get that? I'm glad you got it.
I got it. I just
Oh, one time my daughter was like, it was either my daughter or my son. One of them goes, when they were real little, I was doing some dad jokey thing, and I'm like trying to explain it. And they go, "Dad, we get the joke. It's just not funny." All right, my batting average might be low, but I get a lot of at bats.
those who never try never succeed, right?
That's true. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and statistically speaking, 99% of the ones you do. Should I keep going? Or
Math.
All right, welcome to the show, Steve. We're glad to have you here.
the guy without the beard.
I was
tries
worried he would like just clam up. Honestly, I didn't think he was gonna.
No such luck.
All right, so yeah, Walter's in the room. Then there's weird angles. It's like an attic, and then there's. It looks like, I don't. Was there a drawing? Was there a drawing in any of your books? Because it's like the wall goes down, kind of at an angle.
Well, the ceiling slopes down, and then the
Yeah.
wall slopes up to meet it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that description because when I was growing up, I was in a lot of old houses, because my family just, always seemed to have the houses that were built in the late 1800s, early 1900s and stuff. And they had those angles. Like they had these weird, and us kids would, we'd climb in the cabinets and stuff in the attic. And that's the other thing my family did. They maximized the living space. So every attic was built out, Paul's sitting there going, "You had an attic?" Well, we didn't have an attic, but
Wow, he was rich.
yeah. But they had those weird angles, like where the slope of the roof comes down, and then the wall, for some reason, I don't know why, like would be angled up too. So when they said that description, I smelled that image. I was like, it smells musty, smells like 150-year-old plaster.
Yeah.
And that was good. I love that description. I'm like, yeah, that'd be a weird room to sleep in.
It just reminded me of like any apartment that was that you've got to pay way too much to live in. It's just everything's janky in it.
Well, the other thing that should be mentioned is that he gets to the room, and as he's like investigating the room, he finds that there's a space right above him, like where the attic would be, that's been all plastered off, like it's been sealed up.
Yeah.
And there's no way to access it anymore. But he knows that there is some kind of space directly above where he's sleeping at night.
Yeah.
And a mysterious rat hole that keeps opening up every time he tries to seal it.
Yeah. I like how they put metal down. They put a tin.
Yeah.
They just bury a hole next to it.
Yeah, not thinking they're just gonna, make a hole right next to the metal.
Mm-hmm.
I think in real life he used to live in an attic. Did he live in his aunt's attic?
That sounds right.
And he does that thing that Lovecraft does so well, where he mixes up, is he dreaming? Is it reality? The character doesn't even know if he's really dreaming or something's really happening. And just that whole setup with, there's something behind there that somebody didn't want us to see or it's forbidden knowledge, right? It's forbidden something. And then he starts having these dreams of Brown Jenkins coming out and like nibbling at his, what did he say? He said nuzzling. Every time he said nuzzling, I was like,
like,
that's sweet.
Like when your cat wants ear scritches, he's up there like,
yeah, nuzzling. But then the rats, like, he's like, well, I think that was the rats. And I'm like, ooh, nuzzling with rats. Nice.
Yeah. Like that's a good enough. That's like a good substitute. Oh, it's just a rat. As if the rat isn't bad enough.
I once I bought my parents' house that they lived in after they got divorced, and when I went in and was doing the walkthrough, I hadn't been there for a long time, And it's the same way we built the house, but we built it out like we got these really obscure, really weird trusses that go like they have like a room built into the trusses to put on a second story. So there literally is bizarre angles everywhere in this house. I still own the house in Washington. Weird angles, secret rooms, secret passages that we built in there. So it's really, really cool. And when I was going through doing a walkthrough, this is after everybody had left, I kept hearing this strange noise. And this is actually a true story. Hearing these strange noises as I walked into some of the secret rooms. And I saw a big I walked in, it's pitch black, saw a big cage, hit the light on, and I had never seen a chinchilla in my life. Have you ever seen a chinchilla?
Yeah.
They're giant rats.
Oh.
With weird like kangaroo legs. And I'm just like, it was kind of turning, was looking at me, this chinchilla thing, and I'm just like, because my mom had left it there, and I'm like, what the heck is this? It was legitimately terrifying. So reading this reminded me of that story.
Your mom had a chinchilla?
Had a couple, and I texted her. I was like, "Hey, there's some strange rat monster in the upstairs room in the secret pass room." She's like, "Oh, I know. I'm coming to get him today." I was like, "Okay." Yeah.
So you didn't fall asleep and it started nuzzling you while you were dreaming about non-Euclidean geometry.
Nuzzled.
Yep.
All right, guys. So Walter has a fever now. He's starting to feel sick.
Yep.
And he says that his hearing is heightened.
Mm-hmm.
His hearing is heightened with his temperature, and he can hear the rat scurrying and scratching in the walls. And in his dreams, he can hear Brown Jenkins' little feet pattering next to the bedside, but he never fully jumps up there. And then he starts seeing the shadow of the witch. She's starting to appear, but it's just like this, like a shadow, like Nosferatu.
Mm. These comments are gold.
Levi got a good one there.
I've got a fever. The only cure is more Nyarlathotep. That was my best Christopher Walken.
That was good.
It doesn't get any better.
You sounded just like him.
Yeah.
So we had a sixth person joining the chat.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, he's got the fever for months, and he becomes brilliant with his mathematical equations and physics. He's got super witch powers.
And I love how they explain that too, because I love how it's described because
it's explained. Wait a second,
because it's not really explained, but he's essentially giving the classroom all these different theories and stuff, and even his professor is like, this doesn't seem humanly possible. Like, there's no way a human being should know how these different angles and formulas work, but he just knows it all of a sudden. So right off the bat, we get this. Walter Gilman is an interesting kind of Lovecraft character because a lot of times his protagonist will just kind of observe things that are happening, and then, right at the end, they'll go crazy and kill themselves or, be institutionalized or something. Whereas Walter Gilman kind of develops as a character over the course of this story from, just this curious mathematics student into someone who has this weird otherworldly knowledge thrust upon him. And then he slowly breaks down into madness. And it's a really cool kind of character arc that you don't see in a lot of Lovecraft's other stories, at least not his mythos stories.
Because like you said, it's usually just observing insanity. This one, he actually actively participated in the insanity.
Mm-hmm.
So had everyone read this story already? No?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I read it back in 2020 when during the whole lockdown thing, I got really, really bored. And so I started reading Lovecraft because I wanted to give it another try. Because up until that point, I didn't like him. I just hated the whole purple prose thing. It drove me nuts. Well, when you're really bored, you start to really study stuff. But yeah, I had read this back then, but it was the only other time I've read it. So including this last time, I finished it like 2 days ago.
And Stephen Jaco is your first times?
Yeah.
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 Go ahead.
The first Lovecraft Paul finally got me to read was At the Mountains of Madness, and then I was like, oh, maybe I can read Lovecraft. And
by the way, that is a heck of a story to start him off with.
It was awesome. I love that one. It's got all the things I like. It's got Arctic survival. It's got like engineering. Like if you guys want to talk for, I don't know, 3-4 hours about engineering, we could do that. But no, it had a bunch of stuff I liked, and he knew that would be a good entry point for me. And this was the second Lovecraft story I've ever read, I believe. And same as Paul. It was always so thick. I felt like I was not smart enough to get it. And the last thing I need in my life is some other thing to make me feel not smart enough. Right. So, but that's one of the benefits of a BookTube channel, right? Is it's like, well, it is kind of an assignment. It's not like school, but I do need to read this so I can speak about it or joke about it or whatever it is I'm going to do about it. Right. So that helped me get through it. And like I said, I listened to the audio version because I was trying to read it, and I just kept getting into that situation. I think one of you mentioned I kept having to read the same paragraph over and over and be like, what is going on? I've lost the thread. And with audiobooks, I'm able to keep up with the thread and what's going on a little better.
So he starts having the dreams, and I think that's where it starts to get a little difficult, because it is like this just crazy off the wall descriptions of these dreams that he's not. I mean, he's stating it like it's a dream, but he also is kind of like, oh, it's very real.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, well, what the hell is going on? Impossible. Here's where the impossible triangles happen.
Yeah. Well, again, he does that other thing that Lovecraft does in his stories, where he uses the phrase, "It was impossible to describe," and then he proceeds to describe it in excruciating detail.
Yes.
With very purply prose.
Yes. Describes the indescribable.
Yeah.
As only Lovecraft can do. My favorite, I don't know how deep into, I don't think it's a spoiler, but when the otherworldly city, and the description of the otherworldly city, I will probably go back and read and listen to that over and over, because
it's great.
Yeah, it's fascinating. He somehow, like you said, is it a dream? Is it real? Well, there are things that indicate it's probably real. Where he gets to, who knows where it is? It's somewhere in the universe, and it's this city with beings and beings that are familiar with folks who are familiar with Lovecraft, right? And you just get this description of this, and I want to see the city. I'm not great at drawing stuff, but I want to commission somebody to draw. Hey, I bet somebody's already done that. You think anybody's drawn that city?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of
many times. Right?
Then they've all gone insane.
Oh, that was the other thing. As soon as I finished that passage, I texted Paul. I was like, was Lovecraft known to, were psychedelics around when Lovecraft was writing? Because I've heard people, I've never tried psychedelics, but I've heard people describe their experience on psychedelics, and it really, their description is similar to Lovecraft's description of the city. So,
yeah, I would say that the first fever dream, where he's like on the stony kind of mountain, that made me feel like, tripping, like you were just tripping your balls off.
And that's really where it takes off for me. I love the opening to this. The first paragraph is great, because the whole thing about what did the fever bring on the dreams or vice versa pretty much echoes everything in the story from then on. But it isn't until, he's the, am I dreaming, am I not, in the weird city and all that, that's about the time for me where it stopped being just kind of like text to suddenly being like Lovecraft text.
Absolutely. It totally becomes purely poetic and just, I don't know. You know what it reminds me of is Mulholland Drive. You guys ever seen that David Lynch movie? There's a scene where this guy is like recalling his dream, and he's like, this is exactly how it happened. And this part is just stuck in the middle of this movie. It has nothing to do with anything. and you're just like, what the hell is happening? And he's like, and then, he's like, then what happened in your dream? This is ridiculous. And he's like, then we went out back, and behind the dumpster, there was this old woman.
I've seen that part, yeah.
Yeah, and like he gets closer and closer, and then the old woman pops out, and he has a heart attack. That's the way this feels to me. Like that part of Mulholland Drive.
And at first I didn't like it because like reading it for the first time in a couple of years, like I remember the same problem I had the first time I read it, in that it was like, for a guy who like lays into the, I mean, the story only has the word cyclopean twice in it, so right away it's not reading like a normal Lovecraft story.
Is it even Lovecraft at that point?
Yeah, it kind of frustrates me. And then when everything shifted and got weird, it's like, okay, so it's the same thing like with Madness, where this is all the normal human stuff. This is all the normal human stuff. This is the stuff you weren't ready for. So it's that they contrast each other really well. So when I got done with it, I'm like, oh yeah, actually that's pretty freaking genius. So
did you guys feel that it was a bit too much though? Because I kind of got, as far as some of the descriptors, at some point I'm like, I got it. I know what the decorations on the banister looks like. I got it. I got the spiky decoration. Oh, we're still talking about it. All right. Okay. Oh, it's got different spikes. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Like, I did feel, and I'm a big fan of Lovecraft, but this one to me seemed a little. He was just sitting back like, I'm gonna describe it a little more, and it seemed like every section where there was something weird happening, it went not to the point where I was just like bored, but it just went this too far this much. It seemed to me. Is that just my take?
No, I felt that way about the ending a little bit. The aftermath of the ending. It's like we could have just ended it, and everybody knows what happened. But he kind of layered, kept going a little bit. And to me, it seemed like I really like this story, but it's not close to my favorite story by him.
Yeah.
But it's almost like this was a first draft that, like, he didn't go back and tidy up or whatever. So you can tell it's him, but it also just kind of seems like a first draft to me. But I still really like like I said, when it shifts, that's when I really enjoyed it.
The comments are cracking me up over there.
I just can't get over how much Levi likes this story and will not stop talking about
Levi had fun with this one, yeah.
He just loves it.
Lightcraft.
No, man, that stuff didn't bother me. I didn't mind the ultra hyper focused descriptions. And that was very psychedelic too, where you're staring at an object, and the longer you stare at it, the more it like you kind of really like take it all in and look at all the aspects of it.
Like, you ever look at your hand?
Exactly.
Like, just really look at it.
Yeah.
Or as I said during our Manitou episode, you got that pile of clothes on the chair in the dark, and it's a mound, but the longer you look at it, sooner or later a face is bound to come out of it, because that's just how our brains work.
No, he was just talking about angles for too long.
Your opinion's wrong.
It is. Your problem is you just don't appreciate impossible shapes like the rest of us.
I know. That's it.
What was the thing that he kept when he starts having like the really cosmic dreams where he's floating out into space? What was the thing that he kept saying was following him, like a hexahedron or something, or
a polyhexadron,
something like that.
Polyhedron, something, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's some kind of like polyhedral shape that has some kind of sentience to him is following him. I don't know, those dream sequences and all the stuff involving, I guess we'll eventually get to talking about the Black Man, this third figure who interjects himself into the dreams. Once it gets to that stuff, that's when I really dial into the story, mainly because I love all the different connections with this story to other Lovecraft stories. I love the mythos aspect of this story. And so Jake, like you mentioned the little little carvings on the banisters and stuff. You know, yes, he does go on way too long describing what they look like and feel like and what kind of metal they're made of. But at the same time, I'm reading that and I'm like, that's so cool because this connects to this other Lovecraft story that's totally unrelated. So, yeah, I don't know. I love those dream sequences. And when we eventually get to the stuff with, you know, him discovering that he's being urged to sign his name in this mysterious book that, you know, the witch and her familiar are, you know, they're essentially like urging him to sign his name in this book. There's this mysterious black man that keeps appearing to him and is like, you know, sign right here, and shows him this big sprawling tome, the Book of Azathoth, which at this point it's like he never even mentions that before, and then it just appears, the Book of Azathoth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is that? It's like if you read this story and this story, you know exactly what he's talking about. But
all it does is mention he read about it in the Necronomicon.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So Glockensig is going for a nap, and they're going to miss the trigonometry discussion.
No, we put them to sleep.
Calculus, you'll totally miss the calculus conversation. I agree with that, Tim. If I had not read Madness before, Pyramid Scheme, you guys are cracking us up over here. If I had not read Madness and I had just been a Lovecraft newbie, I wouldn't have gotten all those references. In fact, when I read Madness, I didn't get the references. I was like, barrel shape, what now? I was trying to picture this thing, and what is this? And little did I know, everybody who reads Lovecraft knew exactly what those things were. You know? So, but yeah, I like the connection to the mythos. And even though I've only read one other Lovecraft, I like Lovecraft. I like craft, and I was able to get those references, and it made me feel smart. There's nothing I love more than making me feel smart, except maybe the sound of my own voice.
He's like the Captain America meme. I get that reference.
All right, so so in between these dreams, he's coming back. He's in the real world, and he's questioning his sanity. He thinks that he's walking in his sleep. He thinks that these are just dreams, and he has somnambulation. And he like spreads flour on the floor to see if he has footprints anywhere. And he never leaves the room. And then when they go to when he has the dream where they take him to the city, and so he'll be laying in bed and he'll see the purple light, and then the witch will appear and grab him by the shoulders, and then he gets pulled into these dreams, and he goes to where the city is, and that's where it has impossible the impossible angles to the tiles that he's standing on the ground. And when I read this part, I imagined it like, if you guys ever seen Forbidden Planet, like the interior of that, like that's what it really reminded me of. And it's very I usually can't stand when people put dreams in stories, but man, I loved it, dude. This is my favorite H.P. Lovecraft story, and I think it's the most digestible. I think it's the most understandable, which is because
that's a wild take.
The dreams are confusing, right? The dreams are confusing, whatever, because it's a crazy, wacky dream. But all the story is this guy studying this stuff. There's a witch that comes through, grabs him, takes him to the dream world, and then he just kind of like goes crazy and questions his sanity. And you realize that it's actually happening. It's very simple.
No,
it's
not.
It's also a great example as to how, math can drive you insane. So, as someone who suffers from dyscalculia, it can drive you insane.
Maybe I appreciate it because it seems like maybe H.P. Lovecraft doesn't understand the math, and neither do I. So I'm just like, it's just crazy, wacky shapes, man.
You think that's what it was?
Another dimension.
Do you think that that's what it was? Like H.P. Lovecraft had really hard time getting through, calculus or whatever, and at some point he's like, "I'm just going to write a story where calculus is the villain of the story."
Calculus and quantum mechanics was a character in the story, and it was the villain. It wasn't the witch; it was the villain. I mean, it was the math.
The source of all evil, I tell you.
The devil's in the math.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can think of half a dozen right off the top of my head that are more digestible, that are like more streamlined, that have the crazy moments but aren't so trippy. So you're wrong. Sorry.
It's important to know that we all have different viewpoints and perspectives, and I just want us all to feel heard. And so
you're right. I'm sorry.
Just respect each other's viewpoints, even those who are wrong and maybe ill-informed. We just have to recognize that some people just don't get it, and that's okay. It's okay not to get it.
I think it's that I have actually traveled to other spaces in my mind, whereas Jake's just here on the normal, right here on ground
the normal plane,
just
ground level.
Yeah.
He understands bills and like
no spikes,
driver's licenses,
just streamline
taxes.
Yeah.
Speaking of the mythos, another thing that I liked was connecting this idea of legends having an explanation. Like he talked about witches, right? And he said, witches flying on a broom. Maybe, that's just some kind of quantum mechanical, other dimensional thing going on. Yeah. And so she got her powers from that. And then they talk about the Black Sabbath, the witch's Sabbath.
Witch's Sabbath.
And I love what he said. There would be bad things, like, ooh. And I think, I don't know, that wasn't Halloween, was it? There was the wrong time of year, but like every year in Arkham,
it was like in April and stuff.
Yeah, but the witch's Sabbath, like some kid always gets kidnapped. It's just like they just accept that. Well, I wonder who it'll be this year.
Oh, the Walter Geese night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is Levi saying?
Something funny, probably.
Talking about his balls. What a weirdo.
Why are you talking about your testes, Levi? Keep it clean.
Talking about his Appalachian stones.
Tested, dang it. Now I look like a fool. Oh, now you look like a fool. I don't know Levi, but he's been pretty funny so far.
No, he's awful.
He's a terrible person.
Terrible person.
All right, never mind. But the funniest people are like always the worst people.
He's so terrible we put him in the anthology.
Sometimes people will say, "Are you funny or did you have a good childhood?"
Yeah.
Now Chris is spelling things wrong.
That tickled.
Tickle time. It's tickle time. Okay, are you guys ready for tickle time now?
All this talk about testes and tickle. Let's get back on track here.
Sorry. Levi's testes.
Levi's testes.
That was my band name in college.
So we got then we're so then we're at the plane of existence where Tim was talking about it. And where they meet the black man, who I took to be as like he was, because they keep talking about the sky. There's something in the sky calling to Walter Gilman. That I kind of just assumed that it was like his skin was the black of the universe.
Mm.
There he is.
I mean, yeah, that's basically it, though. It's he's. Do I just like spoil this part because?
Yeah,
it's an explanation for the black man.
EEBS are spoilers, so spoil away, Tim.
So that character is Nyarlathotep, who is he's technically one of the gods from the Lovecraft mythos, but he's kind of like this cosmic servant who does the bidding of the other gods. But because of this, he has like more of like a stable relationship with humans. He's not like Cthulhu where he rises out of the ocean and everyone goes insane. He like communicates with people and teaches them things about science and magic, or science that appears to be magic. There is a very short story. It's almost like a prose poem that Lovecraft wrote called Nyarlathotep, which is all about this entire city of people that is visited by Nyarlathotep, and he essentially like turns their entire society upside down with this brand new technology he introduces, and through some way this leads them into another world where they're never seen again. And so that character keeps popping up in a bunch of other Lovecraft stories, and in this one it's kind of saying that he's still at work in the modern world, because that other story, Nyarlathotep, takes place at like some point in the distant past or the future. It's a weird story. It's not like very clear when it takes place, but this story is clearly trying to say that Nyarlathotep is still working, and he's still doing the work of the gods and trying to like shape humanity into their image almost.
Yeah, I didn't remember him stating what his name was in there.
I think he mentions it like once.
Yeah.
Yeah. The name does pop up at one time.
And he's not to be confused with Bubba Hotep, which is a different, whole different character.
Exactly.
We should clarify. We should clarify. It's the black man is capitalized in the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's Nyarlathotep. Sounds Egyptian, so maybe he's from the African continent. But there's no indication that Lovecraft is being a product of his time, sort of problematic here. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not
that's not what it is.
He's not being like Bob Irv Howe in this case. He's
not being like Lovecraft.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you say Bobbert of Howie?
Bob Irv.
Bob Irv. Okay, gotcha.
Bob Irv Howe. His mama called him Bob. His daddy called him Bob. I'm going to call him Bob.
Okay.
All right. Robert E. Howard does those things where it's just like you kind of cringe, right? Does Lovecraft do that too? Again, only two stories. He hasn't really done it in either one. Okay,
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Go read Rats in the Wall, so you'll be like, oh,
yeah. I've skirted that stuff for you, Steve. We'll get to that eventually.
Because it takes me out. I'm not. It's not like I get all morally on a high horse. It just kind of takes me out when I read it. I go, wait a minute. I got to take.
Lovecraft's one of the worst.
Okay, got it. All right. Thanks for the heads up. Not in this case, though.
There are certain stories, but not this time.
The black does refer to the color of the night sky and
cosmos. Yeah,
it's kind of like his title, right?
Mm-hmm.
He even goes and he says he does not have negroid features, so it's like he felt the need to point that out, right? Yeah. He's like, just want y'all to know, I'm not talking about like an African person here. This is a different kind of.
Now that you mention it, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah,
that line makes sense then.
Somebody probably was reading one of the early drafts and they're like, yeah, you might want to point out that this is not a black man, it's the black man. Like that one friend a lot of white people have. They want to prove they're not racist. I have a black friend.
Moving on.
Are we still live?
No, let's linger here for a bit.
You have to cut him off at some point.
I'm not racist. I have a green friend. He's right on screen with me right now.
So, he's when he first meets the Nyarlathotep. How do you say it, Tim?
Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep.
Like it's spelled.
That is the dream where he sees the little creatures with the starfish arms, the statues, and he grabs the statue and it breaks off, and then he passes out or whatever, and he wakes up in his bed, and then he finds that it's actually there. This piece of the statue is with him. So this whole time he thinks that he is just having these crazy dreams, but how is this possible? This thing that came from his dream is now sitting next to his bed.
Yeah.
So he's like starting to, damn it, you guys.
I know. Levi's token elder god made me lose it.
Token elder god. Oh man.
So here we have the dream coming into reality. Do you think that this was an influence on Nightmare on Elm Street?
Ooh, I didn't even think of that.
I didn't.
That's a good point, though.
I'm gonna pretend I'm smart and say, yes.
I was going to say that.
No, I never thought of that either, but that's a pretty good that's a pretty good guess.
Yeah, like when Nancy pulls Freddy's hat out of the dream world. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
What? Who wrote? Is Nightmare on Elm Street based off of a story, or is it just based off of a
No.
screenplay?
No, it's
It was
it's
a
an original screenplay. I can't remember who did the screenplay for that movie. I can look it up right now, though.
I say I'm too lazy to look it up.
No, it's not. I know your street.
No, that's the Fresh Prince song.
Oh,
For the Nightmare on Elm Street. You guys don't know the
Wes
Fresh Prince
Craven.
song?
What?
The Wild Digest says Wes Craven.
Yeah, Wes Craven wrote the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, well, the Fresh Prince had a song about Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on My Street. You can look it up. It's
I'll
great.
look it up.
Yeah,
Was that before or after
I'll
he
just
slapped
believe you.
Chris Rock at the Emmys?
that was before.
Oh, okay. Got it. You know, I don't know if it influenced Nightmare on Elm Street, but after I read this book, it was weird. I had a dream that I ate the world's biggest marshmallow, and I woke up and my pillow was gone.
Levi, thank you for let us borrow your dad for this stream.
Thank you, Chris.
You know what that reminded me of when he found the statue the next day? You know, the day after my 21st birthday, I woke up and there was a giant lump of chalk sitting on my desk, like just a sort of a triangle shape, a cone, maybe more of a cone shape hunk of chalk. I started asking all my roommates, like, why do I have this? And they just start laughing because apparently I decided we were at a, dive bar with a pool table. And, sometimes they have that chalk sitting there that you can rub your hands on. Apparently I decided that was for me to bring home. And I was like, oh, I thought I dreamt that. They're like, nope, you brought it home with you. It's like he came out of this psychotic stupor. He's like, whew, what a weird dream. There was this barrel-shaped thing with mushroom feet and thick arms. Then he looks over and he's like, what the?
It looked kind of like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris, you don't rub your hands on it.
Am I doing it wrong? Jeez.
Steve just throws billiard balls across the table, apparently. With his bare hands. Just wings them.
Tackling racism. We're confessing our crimes. This is the best stream ever.
Oh, man. Never too old to
I have
learn.
to say this is going exactly how I thought it was going to go.
Oh, it wouldn't have it any other way.
Now I got it. So my wife she's been in pool leagues for the last 30 years. So I'm gonna have to ask her when she gets home from work, like, what are you supposed to do with the chalk? If not rub your hands on.
Yeah. With all the trophies she has on your mantle, I would say she would know what to do with that more than you would.
There is chalk for your hands for pool.
That's what I was thinking. I'm not talking about the little cubes that
No.
you rub on the tip.
Yeah,
I'm not talking
I know
about the
you're
tip,
talking about the white
tip chalk.
powder, yeah.
I'm talking about the big. It's like a shape like a cone that you rub your hands on. But if they don't have one of those, I have used the tip chalk to rub my fingers.
Jake, take a break. You're done.
Stop saying tip chalk.
Nick, what's the next thing that happens in the story?
I keep telling you all.
Where's the mute button on
Nick
this
loves
thing?
Nick loves how on our show I just go anyway. So this is an anyway moment. Just take that anyway and run.
Plus all the motions he's showing us how to do it. Oh my gosh.
Ooh. The magic of live entertainment.
Yeah, there's no editing this out.
Check your shelf.
Yeah, where are we? So yeah, in the same dream, Brown Jenkins bites him, and he has blood on him also.
Yep.
So then he has his friend Elwood is also staying in the same apartment building. So he asked him to stay over. Can I stay at your apartment? And then when he gets to that apartment, he stops having the dreams. He still has a fever, but so it's obviously associated with the room.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I mean, by now, yeah, like duh. But I guess
at this point, do we want to talk about the neighbors? Because it's at that point that they kind of play a bigger role in the story.
Yeah, I mean, I got the guy who lives down below him who's always praying, like yelling, praying.
And drunk, yeah.
And drunk, yeah. Who always is trying to give him a cross. He's like, you need to put this cross on. And he's like, okay. Like, puts it on his nightstand. And
Place for it.
And then there's the landlord. I don't know, Tim. What are you trying to get at here?
Well, I think it's interesting that Lovecraft makes the neighbors that are bunking in the other rooms in this house. He makes them these more kind of sympathetic to the cause of our main character, because Lovecraft was known for having this very xenophobic view of the world, where anything that he didn't like or like kind of put him off by like any degree, he kind of demonized it. So, like to the point where like he wrote an entire story about air conditioning and why air conditioning scares him. Yeah. So I think these are neighbors that, like we just said, there's one of his neighbors downstairs is this drunk guy who comes home wasted every night and starts screaming his prayers in the middle of the night before he goes to sleep.
Whining. Yeah, his whining. He kept calling it whining.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I just think it's interesting that like he writes this story where our main character has these annoying neighbors who keep, bothering him and telling him what to do. And, one of them screaming, prayers to God drunkenly in the downstairs room. And yet at the same time, Lovecraft doesn't demonize these characters. He kind of puts them on the side of our main character. They're trying to help him. They're trying to, dispel this evil.
Yeah, and the thing about that for me was I could have sworn the first time I read it, there was like actual dialogue between these characters, and like they were that empathetic and concerned. Mm-hmm. But then rereading it, I'm like, oh yeah, I must have just imagined that part. But yeah, they're very much so, on the side of the reader almost, like don't do that. Maybe stay away from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they keep mentioning the witch light, this ominous violet colored light that, Walter keeps seeing in his dreams, but he assumes that no one else is seeing it. But then his neighbors at this point are like, no, that light goes off in your room almost every night.
Mm-hmm. Even when he's not in it.
Exactly. And like that, as soon as he moves down into his buddy's room, that light is still going off. The neighbors are still saying, we can hear rats moving around on the wall. There's someone walking around in the crawl space above your room, while you're not there. It's once again, he gives it another element of, are these dreams or are these some real supernatural things that are happening in our waking world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, I love that in the walls.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like that at the point where he brings the thing back from his dream, that it's real. Yeah. So anything after that is kind of like, well, you didn't really have to. It's what Jake was saying. Like he just keeps doing it.
Yeah.
But for that one, yeah, I'm kind of like,
Yeah, I forgot when Nick, when you did the announcement for this, you mentioned that people are dressing up in costumes, but you said we wouldn't be able to see what people in the comments are wearing. So I thought it might be kind of cool to just be like, "What are you wearing?" What are you wearing?
That might get you in trouble.
Hey viewers, what are you wearing?
That's the thing that'll get me. Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, after everything else. So somebody is an impossible. Let's see, Liminal Space is an impossible. I love the way you guys just know everybody's name. I only know their channel. An Impossible Triangle. That's good. That's good. It was suggested that I do that, but I couldn't figure out how to.
It was impossible.
It was impossible. Nothing but my hand chalk. What are you going for? It's Halloween. Just some hand chalk.
I don't know the clapper.
The clapper. No, that was when the lights were coming on, and like the other guy saw the lights coming on and off. It's like clap on, clap off.
And Chilla's in the walls.
Nice.
That was my
That
other
was
band
yeah.
of
That was the first draft of that story that never made it.
Oh, Chinchillas on the Wall.
Wasn't as scary.
Or it's in one of those chinchillas ate my face stories.
Yeah.
Oh, I do like Levi's suggestion, alluring tip chalk, because everything, for some reason at Halloween, there's a sexy everything, right? So pool cue chalk, sexy pool cue chalk.
Anyway.
Hey, they can't all be home runs.
Making you work, Nick.
All right. So, well, okay.
Don't move on. Let's keep it here for a bit longer. Let's do this for a bit longer.
So what you just want to stay on?
Let our imaginations just run wild.
Stop it, Chris. Stop it. Okay, but here's the thing, though. Yes, he does keep like trying to reinforce that idea, but at this point, we bring into the equation that it's not only are these dreams real. These dreams they might not actually be dreams. Yeah. It's not that like he can pull stuff out of dreams or that the stuff in his dreams is really happening. They're not dreams. He's really going these places. He's really seeing these things. His brain just can't comprehend it all. And so, it's at this point that I think he's trying to get the reader to realize, oh no, this witch is phasing into our reality and dragging him into these others. So I don't know. I feel like it's another layer that he builds on top of it. It's like first they're just dreams. Oh no, they're dreams, but he can pull stuff out of it, like Nightmare on Elm Street. But now at this point, it's no, these things are actually happening to him. Mm-hmm. His brain just can't comprehend it. And then we bring in the missing child, and that's when it gets even darker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the final dream.
Yeah,
very dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he goes. Yeah, that's where they. Oh, I don't remember where the exact land was, but I know that they go to this building, and she goes. The witch takes him down some stairs, and goes through a door, and she comes back out. She's holding something. It doesn't state what it is because it's a spoiler. So he's supposed to do something, and he freaks out and runs, and then the black man runs after him and chokes him out, and then he wakes up. Oh, so I guess this is the second to last dream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, wait a minute. Do I have that right?
I mean, that is what happens. I'm just trying to remember if that's like the
order. I know. Okay, so he wakes up the next day and he's reading the paper, and there's an article about this baby that's missing. So he tells us that it was the baby in the dream is what's happening. Mm-hmm. And that there was witnesses that said that there was a black man and an old woman and a guy in his pajamas.
Just all we need, another black man being accused of a crime.
The usual suspects.
Tell you what.
It's not that kind.
Yeah, it's not that.
Edit that part out, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm on it. I just love the whole thing about how and a guy in his pajamas. It's like not like the cap or the gown, not just the guy. So I'm imagining like Rob Petrie running around in his pajamas with muddy feet.
Rob Petrie was a character in a sitcom in the mid to late 1900s, for those that didn't know. And he often wore pajamas and would run around and trip over couches.
I'm fairly certain most people that have watched Dick Van Dyke, so I think we're safe.
Sorry about that. You never know.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Well, so now you know.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
All right, so then we're at the final dream, and then he has to sacrifice the witch wants him to hold the bowl. There's a sacrificial bowl. She's going to stab the baby with a knife, and then he fights back and chokes the witch
with the crucifix that was given to him.
Yeah, he takes the crucifix out and chokes her. Yeah, with the chain. And so I guess
crucifix.
I guess he kills her. I thought it was pretty ambiguous. And then Brown Jenkins attacks him and he kicks him off of a cliff. I guess they're on the side of a cliff. So you can hear Brown Jenkins screaming the whole way down. And then he looks down, and unfortunately, it's too late as Brown Jenkins has killed the baby. Dark Lovecraft.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
Brown Jenkins ate the baby.
Yeah. So he is found in his bed. Walter's found in his bed, unconscious, kind of, but his eyes are open, and he's deaf.
Yeah, he's ruptured both eardrums somehow.
Yeah. And so I think that he stays with Elwood, and then in the middle of the night or while he's sleeping, he just starts like looking like he's having a seizure, and then they're like, "What's happening?" And they pull the blanket up, and Brown Jenkins comes out because he's been eating the
tunneled through his body.
He tunneled through to eat his heart. Yeah.
That's some horror right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
And here's a question: did that inspire the chestburster scene from Alien?
I thought about that when I read it. I was like, oh, like an alien thing. It's like an alien baby.
I'm going to say maybe.
Who wrote Alien? Let's see.
So, yeah. What'd you guys think of that? What'd you think of that? Well, it was the first ending, but did you see it coming? Jake and Steve, people who've read it, hadn't read it before?
Go ahead, Steve.
I did not. I did not see that one coming. I saw the second ending coming from like a country mile away. But the first one, I did not. I had no idea what was going to happen, and that did sort of that caught me off guard. Yeah.
I did not necessarily see it coming with the baby. I didn't think the baby was going to get gnawed to death by a rat. Yeah. That surprised me. I was like, "Oh shoot, HP went there." And then, but as far as Walter getting chewed out, I did for sure. I was like, "Oh, I wasn't surprised at all when Brown Jenkins just burst far forward."
Yeah, ooh, the original chewed out.
In the dream, Brown Jenkins he's dead because he gets kicked off that cliff. So, do you think that the witch is alive too? Even though she was dead in the dream, in the parallel universe.
Yeah, I think it's one of those kind of endings, like the hand that comes up through the grave, that kind of thing, to show that it's not over. So yeah, I think if Jenkins is still alive, so is the witch.
Do you think that inspired Friday the 13th and Jason coming back all those times?
Oh no!
Did this story inspire everything?
Little Bon Jovi for you. Thanks, Levi. So at the very end, I think a tornado comes and blows the house down, and they find all the skeletons of all the babies overall for hundreds of years. So, and then they find the skeleton of the witch and of Brown Jenkins. So I think that she probably is alive. She probably still, because she was never alive. She was always.
That's how I got it, or that's how I took it.
Yeah.
Well, they were technically up in the crawl space that was sealed up above the attic room that he's sleeping in. So, yeah, I think they stayed alive because earlier in the story he points out that she's been alive this whole time because she figured out how to go in between dimensions and stuff. And if you figure out how to traverse dimensions using all the different non-Euclidean angles and whatever, something happens to your physiology that can prolong your life. And so that's how she's been around for hundreds of years at this point. So she and Jenkins have just been living up in that crawl space for hundreds of years at this point. So yeah, when the house finally gets brought down by that storm, that's when they're finally dead. The whole rest of the story, they've been alive. They've been alive and well. They've just been dragging this poor guy out of his bed into a different dimension, back into the attic crawl space. So yeah, they've just been up there this whole time, and it's the collapse of the house itself that actually finally kills them.
Well, nice. So you think she's dead because the door is shut? Wouldn't she still exist just in the other dimension?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Like,
Just
is she
lost
just
her
cut
door.
off? Or is it just
Maybe.
or is it a House of Usher thing where once it's all down, it's all done?
Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe it's because the house collapsed, so that destroyed the power that she was using. Maybe, I don't know.
Do you think Lovecraft was inspired by Poe?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, that's not even a question.
Poe was one of his. Yeah, Poe was one of his favorite writers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my fancy Poe
Nice.
book here.
Oh yeah, you got the Edgar Allan Poe version of this thing. Yeah.
Yes. Now I got to find that.
Yeah, this one's cool. This one has.
That's really
It's not just Lovecraft stories. It's got a couple Robert E. Howards, a Robert Bloch, and a Clark Ashton Smith that are pretty good.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah.
So that's it. Did you guys love it? Did you love it as much as I did?
Out of 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. I give it a 4. Well, 3. I give it a 3. How's that?
I'm giving it a 2.5, but I love the story, but I think it could have took another pass at writing it. But because I'm going to criticize H.P. Lovecraft in his writing style. But, yeah.
No, I'm with Nick. This is one of my favorite Lovecraft stories of all time.
Cool.
I'm
Been
with
wrong
Paul.
before.
This is not one of my favorite Lovecraft stories of all time. I did enjoy it. I did like it. But I think I liked Brown Jenkin. And I think I like the
I think we
idea of
figured
the
that out.
dream.
Just the name. Like, where did that name even come from? Lovecraft scholars. Did that name come from somewhere? Or did he just make that up? Brown Jenkin.
I like to imagine that when he was up in his own attic, that there was a rat and he named it. He was like, "Oh, little brown
I'll bet
Jenkins,"
you're right.
and he probably fed it corn or something.
I thought you were about to say he fed it babies.
Babies. Oh,
He
geez.
fed it. He fed it clam chowder.
Clam chowder in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island clam chowder.
I think that I do think it kind of needed to be tightened a bit. It needed to be trimmed a bit. It wasn't as punchy to me as his other, and I read it twice over the last 2 days. It wasn't as punchy as some of his other work. I do like a lot of his prose in this was really good, but it did get a little self-indulgent at times, I think, which kind of hampered it for me. I really enjoyed it, but it is not on the list of my favorite Lovecrafts.
Solid.
Brown Jenkins face right there.
I will say the one thing that I think is kind of weak about this story is that maybe it's just because, like I said, I'm really into all the different connections with the mythos. I don't know why the elder things from At the Mountains of Madness are there. I don't know why, like the big barrel-shaped aliens with the starfish heads. I don't know why they're there, because he doesn't really explain like what they have to do with the whole, Walpurgis Night and Nyarlathotep getting him to sign his name and sacrificing the children or whatever. I don't know what the elder things have to do with that. So as much as I love that cityscape scene where, he has the banister and everything, I just don't know why those aliens are there.
Yeah. It's like he got his notebook and he looked at all of his different monsters and went, I haven't used those in a while. I'll put those in this.
Right. His monster handbook.
Yeah.
Hey, Levi. Oh, wait, never mind.
No. No.
Yeah, it's much better.
Oh yeah.
Yes, of course it. What? Shut up, Chris.
I like how we're reacting to the comments.
No. Chris isn't even here, and he's bringing up Stephen King.
He can't help himself.
It's not unimportant. He said no use. Oh. I thought it was like,
not even gonna.
What are you talking about?
Oh, look at Grasny.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh.
But even so, like I don't know what they were doing.
Interesting. To me, they again, I'm not the Lovecraft scholar of the group. I'm the comic relief. But what they did for me was connect, just kind of connect it. It made it like, oh, this is a whole other civilization out there. It might be at the edge of the universe, and this witch somehow figured out a way to go through a wormhole or go through one of those Einstein-Rosen bridges or something and make it all the way to this other city. And oh, by the way, here are these there are creatures there that they may even kind of revere or worship, because they even carved them into the banisters. And it kind of connected it for me. Not sure that it was crucial to the story, but it made me go, oh, I see. So we're world building here a little bit.
Yeah. Like I said, I think another pass would have been maybe made that make a little more sense, other than just having him there to world build.
He would have written a shorter story, but he ran out of time.
All right. Well, that's that.
I think we should print out all of Levi's comments and make it part of the next anthology, because these are gold. These are gold comments over here.
Don't give him that, Steve. Please.
Don't encourage him.
Half of them are just him correcting himself anyways.
Exactly.
It's true. He's a Dumby. He's calling himself a Dumby. Gumby's older brother.
Did you guys watch any of the adaptations of this?
No, I wanted to. There was a Netflix version that Guillermo del Toro did for his one show, didn't he?
Oh.
Yeah. I only got about halfway through that episode. That series for me, and maybe it's blasphemy because I love Del Toro stuff, but that series was kind of like just okay.
Yeah.
And I made it like halfway through the Witch House episode and just stopped because I'm like, it wasn't what I was remembering, and I'm not a purist in any way, but I'm like, we're going off in a whole different direction with this story, so I just kind of lost interest in it. There was one, was it early 2000s or late 90s? It was like Masters of Horror or something like that.
Yeah.
And there was there was an episode that was Dreams in the Witch House. I mean, it was confined to the budget they had, and it wasn't quite the same story, but it was pretty harmless.
That's where I got the clip that I used.
Yeah, that's what reminded me when I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
Only I wanted Jake's face on there. I didn't.
I too. I had a picture of Jake, and I cut out the mouth, and I was like, if I could just put this on top of the mouth, so it's like like Conan O'Brien used to do.
Yeah, Flex Cargo.
But it wasn't working. It was I was like, damn it, I'll just use the real thing. Had you guys ever seen that Ghostbusters episode with Cthulhu?
No,
I did a long time ago. I forgot how much like Cthulhu stuff was in that TV show. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that whole episode is about Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was after my. I didn't watch a lot of cartoons at that point. I didn't catch it. I didn't even know it existed until I was watching the intro. I'm like, oh wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the Scooby-Doo, the Mystery Incorporated episode that has Lovecraft and what's his name? Damn it, Road Boy and his dog.
No, I can't think of it.
See, this happens. This is where Steve takes over.
Don't worry, you can edit this out.
Harlan Ellison and the dude that's in all the Lovecraft movies. He plays. It's a great I'm really selling it. It's a great episode. Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah.
See, this is why I look smart in the videos, because I cut that gap out.
You're doing great.
We all do. We all do, Paul. We all do.
Yeah.
We're like, I haven't watched the meme unused. It's like this.
Yeah. I could literally put like 15 minutes at the end of our outro of just us standing there,
that guy that was in that other thing with that other guy.
Yeah. And then they pulled off his mask, and he was Brown Jenkins.
Boy in
Scooby-Doo.
I do love Jeffrey Combs, but I love him from all his Star Trek roles.
Oh, of course you do.
He was in he played Dude, who wasn't he? He's played multiple characters. He's played like half a dozen characters,
Was
like
it after?
recurring characters.
Was it after the Next Generation?
No, he was in Next Generation too, but then a lot of Deep Space, mainly Deep Space Nine, but a lot of Next Generation too.
The mall one.
Yeah, and he played the
not a
Question
mall!
in the Justice League cartoon as well.
Mhm.
Wait, who is he in Justice League?
The Question.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right,
Who was
he
he in
was.
Justice League?
That's right. That was a good show too.
Oh man, it's one of the best.
It's a great superhero show. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
A great follow up to the like the Batman and the Superman cartoons that they did before that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Cool.
Yeah, well, you don't like comic books, so
Yeah.
Ooh.
Superheroes are kind of my thing. So
I don't
Kinda.
dislike comic books. So there, Tim.
okay. I'll believe it when you read a comic book for your channel.
That's how I met my wife.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you
I
telling that
posted
story.
Tales from the Crypt. Hashtag Tales from the Crypt. And on Instagram, you hit that hashtag and you find other people that posted it. And I said, oh, look at this girl. She looks cool. Might be friendly.
Yeah, so that's how hashtags work.
I thought you were going to say you met her due to your mutual hatred for comics and brought you together.
No, I have lots of comic books.
Oh,
Well, one long box.
We could start doing more comics, Paul. You're like an aficionado, or as I like to say, an expert.
I was thinking about one for a shelfie for the end of this month. So
Right on.
Yeah.
We did a whole series on our podcast that we had years ago. So a podcast was like a video, only without the visual part. Right? Just for the younger folks out there, for you little leaguers. We did a whole series on where Paul just trying to get me caught up on comic books because I never was into comic books, but he picked
despite
out
my best efforts.
like 10 or 12. How many did we do? 12? 10.
Yeah, we did 12.
Of like some of the
No,
most
we did
important.
10. We did 10, but it was 12 episodes because we broke
Right.
Watchmen into 2.
That's right.
Yeah.
So some of the most important trade, what are they called? Trade paperbacks?
You can just call them comic books, man. It's okay.
Well, when they put a bunch of comic books together, what's that called?
That's a trade paperback.
Trade
It's a
paperback.
graphic novel.
It's a trade
No.
paperback.
We went over
recently.
this already.
I was trying to get Paul riled up.
They're not graphic novels.
I finally learned a graphic novel is a longer form comic that was meant to be a novel, whereas a trade paperback is a collection of previously issued serial comics.
I learned that also.
Erroneously called graphic novels.
I learned it from watching Check Your Shelf.
See, we're doing the Lord's work out here, teaching people about stuff.
You're doing Azathoth's work.
We're doing Azathoth, Fliffy whatever. We're doing the token elder God's work.
Just call him the big black guy in the sky.
I just noticed there was a private chat before we started, and there was an instruction on there that I totally didn't see.
I almost messaged you.
Disregard.
I put in all caps, don't mention black man.
Steve talks about nothing but black men and tip chalk. You didn't put don't mention tip chalk, so
I didn't think I'd have to.
I should have sent you an email of the things.
A million years. Maybe it'd be easier to say what I can talk about instead of trying.
All right. Well, I don't know. You guys, unless you want to cover anything else.
Did we want to talk? Did we want to talk about our favorite? Did any of us have like a favorite passage or excerpt that they wanted to talk about? Because we did that last time with Innsmouth.
I know, but I wasn't prepared this time.
I mean, I wasn't either, but I found mine.
Why don't you go ahead? I already talked about mine. Was the city in that? So,
the one that I had in mind was just this is like right before. I think it's like the penultimate, or no, it is. It's like coming up to Walpurgis night. And it just says, the passage through the vague abysses would be frightful, for the Walpurgis rhythm would be vibrating, and at last he would have to hear the hitherto veiled cosmic pulsing, which he so mortally dreaded. I don't know. I think that's like it's perfect example of like Lovecraft's purpley prose, but it's that dread that I love with his stories.
Well, and that's kind of a callback to when the ticking of the clock was driving him crazy.
Yeah,
a clock is basically a pulse, so it's Chekhov's pulse.
And Chekhov's Pulse and other poems by Paul Schultz. the otherworldly Chekhov's everything is Chekhov's everything.
Chekhov's everything and other weird tales. But
there you go. There's my anthology.
There you go.
The city.
Go ahead.
The city just he was half lying on a high, fantastically balustrated terrace above a boundless jungle of outlandish, incredible peaks, balanced plains, domes, minarets, horizontal discs poised on pinnacles, and numberless forms of still greater wildness. Love that. Some of stone and some of metal, which glittered gorgeously in the mixed, almost blistering glare from a polychromatic sky. Some of my friends are polychromatic. They make it work. They really do.
Is that what gave him the sunburn, you think?
Yeah.
Or is that just the violet light?
We didn't even talk about that. The sunburn. Yeah. I'm
guessing. Could it be?
Everybody keeps mentioning he's got a hot tan.
Looking upward, he saw 3 stupendous discs of flame, each of a different hue and at a different height above an infinitely distant, curving horizon of low mountains. So I wonder if it was the flames. Anyway, I think I cut you off, Mr. Pulp Mortem. You were about to give us your favorite.
It wasn't going to be important anyways. The big polychromatic guy in the sky.
Okay.
My favorite line was right in the beginning. It's kind of funny how this actually Tim's echoes it. The darkness always teemed with unexplained sound, and yet he sometimes shook with fear lest the noises he heard should subside and allow him to hear certain other fainter noises, which he suspected were lurking behind them.
Nice.
I think a lot of why his prose works, Lovecraft's, and he's so good at tension and setting, is because he's very cognizant of all senses, not just sight, but like how what the world we're in smells like, what the setting, the sounds he hears, or the feel, or he's very good at getting your every sense involved, and I think that's why a lot of that adds to the creepiness.
He does that really well in the other story, The Statement of Randolph Carter, where it's you can just smell the old crypt that these two characters are walking through. It's amazing.
Or the kerosene smell in Madness.
Yeah, exactly.
That goes on for a while before you finally get around to, and if you've ever been in a garage full of fuels and stuff, it's nauseating.
I was reading horror all month, as probably you guys were too, but I kind of forgot that H.P. Lovecraft is just, every line is a horror story. Like in every other book you read, it's like there's just normal things going on and this creepy thing happens. But every line in this story is scary, is creepy. It's like like it was like etched on the wall in the insane asylum. Like it's very uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, right down to the very first line. The very first line is disorienting and creepy.
We all grab our books.
Yeah, even like the offhanded way when he's like going to school. Like it just doesn't, I don't know, it's just kind of mentioned, even though he's physically doing that. It's not like, and then he took train and I don't know. It's incredible. He's such an incredible writer. I cannot believe that he wasn't just famous right away.
Oh no. That's the thing. None of those pulp writers were. They were popular with that little circle of people who, devoured the pulp magazines. But then, just no mainstream breakout at all until what was it, like the 70s, when people started republishing all the stuff.
And when this come out in the 30s, what Universal monsters were out in the 30s? What movies were out? Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein and Dracula are out because those were 31. This story came out in 32. So I think the
And
Mummy was out.
if you watch those movies though, and you watch the odd way that like the old buildings look and stuff, and you know that German expressionism kind of, it's not quite German expressionism, but it's close.
Yeah.
Would complete did those movies influence? Did that influence the odd angles in the house? You know, was that something he took with him when he walked around?
Yeah.
I had heard he either read or saw like some what do you call it, like class on like quantum physics or something, and it got him thinking about all this, and then he like hammered this thing out in a hurry. But yeah, no, I think those movies probably affected how he looked at when he was right, you know, what he thought the rooms would look like.
It's very possible, yeah. It also, like I mentioned before, H.P. Lovecraft was scared of everything. So I mean,
yeah. Well, when Steve asked me about, you know, were psychedelics a thing back then, I said, yeah, but he's probably too scared to take them.
Scared of a bad trip. That's why I've never done it.
He was scared of a doctor, so I wouldn't put it past me that he was scared to take a drug.
Yep.
Sorry. Steve, you have to take off.
Yeah, that's as much as I love doing this in the middle of the day, that's also when they schedule work meetings. So
hey, remember what I said, man. If you can't take off work, quit.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you definitely going into your work meeting wearing that?
Yes, for sure. Yeah. And as I say at work, if you guys want to keep talking, feel free. But what do they say? They use words like hard stop at work. I have a hard stop at 1:30. But we don't say things like tip chalk at work.
I was going to say, like, we're going back to pool, huh?
That would be an HR meeting immediately.
See, we need to talk about your chalky tip.
Hey, man, this has been fun for me. Like a lot of fun, and really appreciate you guys welcoming us in. It's like I told Paul, this is like we have our milestone moment. Because like I guess we're a real channel now because these guys we look up to and we were watching before we started ours want us to be on their show.
Of BookTube.
So we get to be on their show once. Maybe they'll have you back on, Paul.
Well, we loved having you. You guys are
awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
This was a blast, honestly. It was everything I dreamed it would be and more.
Absolutely.
It's everything you dreamed it would be in the witch house.
Yes. I'm going to take off. Don't talk about me while I'm gone.
We won't.
See you guys. Thank you.
All right.
Bye, Steve.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
Okay, now that he's gone.
All right.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, I love that movie. I have not seen that movie in forever.
Yeah, that's the movie I was thinking of, but I couldn't remember it. But as soon as I said German Expressionism, I'm trying to remember what that movie was called.
I mean, that movie is like German Expressionist on steroids. So
yes, yeah,
like all the sets are just painted on the background. It's amazing. Love it.
And yet it looks like dude could just like walk up them, and you wouldn't even bat an eye about it.
So good. And I'm pretty sure it's free on YouTube right now because it's in the public domain. So
yeah.
I've never seen it. I have to watch that.
It's good. I mean, it's a silent movie, but it's good.
Yeah. And you only have to read about 27 words altogether because they kept the word cards real short.
Yep. As part of my oh my gosh.
When I was picking this up, I picked it up at the Halloween store, and I just had it was just sticking out of a bag. I went and picked up my kids, and my son sits next to me, and he's just like, "Dad, what is that?" And I'm just driving. I go, "Oh, it's a rat," and not thinking. And he starts freaking out. He's like, "What's it?" I was like, "Relax, it's a stuffed rat." Like that would make it better. And he starts freaking out. He goes for like the doorknob. He's like, "Get it out of here! I don't want." And like he's legit freaking out. And I'm like, no, like a stuffed animal rat. It's fake. And he was like legit freaking out. And this whole time, my youngest was like, "Can I have it when you're done filming?" Sorry. Go
My
ahead.
my oldest was in middle school, and unbeknownst to me, volunteered to bring the rats home over summer.
Oh.
Their little human hands are so. Ugh. I was like, whatever, but you're changing it. You're changing that cage. Ugh.
Yeesh. We when I was like 7 or 8 years old, we had a hamster, but this was like a wild hamster that we found just in the yard. Like, I don't even know how it got there, but
A wild hamster?
yeah, a wild hamster.
You mean a chipmunk?
No, it was a hamster. It was a hamster that was just running around in our yard.
Shrew.
A mole?
No,
Couldn't
it was
see
actually a
anything.
hamster.
One
They
day,
exist.
One day, Tim came home with the skunk. I found this dog.
A wild hamster.
They exist. It's true.
They don't exist.
Yes,
They're
they
being
do.
made. Unless
I mean,
someone put it out
that's
there.
a testament to his constitution, though, because I mean, a gust of wind will kill a hamster. They
I
just
know.
a fly lands on it and the hamster dies.
I'm googling this right now. A wild hamster.
They exist. I
They
promise you.
can't exist.
I promise you they do. How else do you explain us just waking up one morning and finding a hamster in our yard?
They're created in Petco. It's your neighbor's hamster. They didn't want it
Yeah.
because they're tired of their bedroom
Yeah.
smelling like piss.
Wild Hamster was one of those like music download services that gave your computer a virus back in the early 2000s.
Oh, wow.
Oh man.
Wild hamster.
Well, maybe I'm remembering it wrong because I was told it was a wild hamster. Maybe my parents were lying to me.
Yeah, maybe they just bought it for you and they wanted to create a
No, my family would not have spent money on a hamster. Like I was specifically told.
Yes, wild hamsters exist in parts of Europe and Asia.
And apparently your
That's
backyard.
really, yeah.
Apparently in a tiny little suburb in Baltimore back in the early 2000s.
Oh man.
There you go.
Wild hamsters roam the graveyards of Vienna in search of fresh flowers and candle wax, sometimes with hilarious consequences. What does it even mean?
Hilarious consequences.
Are you sure it wasn't a shrew? Did you find a shrew?
No, because
In the
shrews have like
backyard.
long, pointy noses. This was an actual hamster. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm
calling
totally
your
wrong.
dad.
Though. I just know that one day we woke up and there was a hamster in our yard, and my parents let me keep it. That's all I know.
Look at Chris. Oh, he saw it. He ran around town ripping them down.
That's right.
I'm telling you, none of our neighbors had hamsters.
Wild.
The guy next to us had snakes, like he had reptiles and snakes that he would feed mice to. He didn't feed hamsters to him.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure. Hamsters are more expensive. You can buy a bunch of mice for like $1. A hamster costs like $15-$20.
I think
Yeah,
we're
it's
ruining your
ridiculous.
childhood. You had a pet mole.
Oh well, we'll never know because he died in like 2 weeks. I to be fair, I did want a pet rat, but my parents wouldn't let me have one. So
They're so gross.
yeah, I can imagine that. As a kid, though, I just thought they were really cool.
I had a hamster. And I built it a Lego house.
Oh, nice.
And I put it in the Lego house. And it tried to get out the little window. And it got stuck.
Oh, no.
And it started freaking out. And I was like tearing it apart real fast. But the window was still on it. And I was trying to grab it to get the window off.
No.
And it bit through my hand.
Oh, no.
Like it went all the way through. Like it
Oh,
went
my
all the way.
God.
And I'm like pouring blood. And my mom's trying to catch the hamster with the chewed up dog bowl. So she'd put the chewed up dog bowl and the hamster would run through and ease itself out and it would gradually pull the Lego window off of the hamster.
Oh my gosh.
That's my exciting.
It wasn't like Brown Jenkins's like cousin or something.
Tan Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tan Jenkins. Yeah, rats
Off-white Jenkins.
died awfully, by the way. Rats have some of the most like brutal, like just awful heart attacks, strokes, all and then spasms. It's awful to watch. I don't know.
Paul, don't get dark.
I don't know why I know
Don't
that.
get dark. Now let's go back to the babies.
Let's just go
I've
back.
seen rats. I've seen rats die all sorts of ways.
No.
Did you say get back to the babies?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the darkest stream yet.
It's Halloween.
Yep.
All right, guys. I think that's it. I think that's it.
Do we extract all the juice from this story?
The juice has been extracted.
Should we talk about what we're reading?
I just did. I just did a
Oh, I
video.
thought you did.
What are you reading, Tim? Tell us about it.
Right now, I'm reading a very special book that's called. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Oh, that's my book. Oh my gosh, Nash and Other Necromancies by T.H. Brand, available now on Amazon.
How'd that get
No, that's
there?
not the book. No, right now I am reading. I'm reading a book called Vampire Hunter D: Demon Death Chase, which is it was originally in Japanese, translated in English. This is kind of strange. I don't know if I like the translation job because it makes the prose a little awkward, but the story is really, really cool. So we'll see how it ends. But it inspired a movie called Vampire Hunter D: Bloodlust, which is one of the coolest animated movies ever made. So yeah, the story's really neat.
Is that the one from like the 80s, or is there a newer one that I don't know about?
So the one in the 80s, I think, was an adaptation of the first book. This is the third in the series.
Okay.
Bloodlust came out, I want to say, in like the late 90s.
Oh, okay.
Like 1998 or 99, I think.
Yeah, we would watch anything anime, even if we didn't have subtitles or nothing, because it was something different than just the crap we had over here. So
yeah. And then once I finish that, I mentioned this to Steve and Paul earlier, but I'm probably going to get into some Algernon Blackwood because I need to. He sounds amazing.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Yeah, I would like to read that also. Chris just posted his video, Liminal Spaces.
I know he did.
I'm trying to slog my way through Frankenstein. We want to do it as like the last episode for this month during spooky season, but I have a hard time with this book. Fortunately, Steve has read it, so one of us will know what we're talking about if I don't finish it.
That book is very polarizing, I hear.
It has its moments. I honestly like the beginning, but when it gets off the boat, it kind of like I lose my interest because I like the whole opening of it.
Okay.
I've read the opening like I don't know how many times. I just get people just start writing "dearest whoever" and it wears me out.
Well, that's the way I was with Dracula. I tried to read that book ever since I was like 20 years old, and so for like the past decade, I've tried and failed to read that book like 5 times. Then I finally started it again earlier this month, and for whatever reason, it was super easy, and I blazed through the thing, and I loved it. But I don't know.
Yeah. It took an audiobook to get me through Dracula. Now I can just read it. I don't know. It's it's another one that's hard. It's hard to read for some people, myself included.
What about you, Jake?
I have finished The White Ship by Ian Cameron, and so I'm going to be reviewing that review, probably coming out hopefully Friday, but we'll see. Got a lot of other things going on. And we are almost getting close. Somebody in the comments
yes,
mentioned that we are very close to releasing our anthology, Weird Frequencies. So that'll be hopefully coming out. We're aiming for Halloween, but we'll see. All of that kind of depends on Amazon and sending the proofs and all that. But yeah, we're very, very close on that, and that's exciting. I think I'm the only one who's read everything in that story many times, and it's legitimately great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get a copy of it.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Who's
I just want to say I'm so glad we're putting Jim from News from the Gelding story last. There's no way any of us could top that one. Dude, his is one of the few stories that I've read before that we've actually, put this out. That story is going to blow everyone away, and I love it. I love it to death. I'm so happy that I'm part of this thing that has a story of that caliber in it. He's such a great writer.
Yeah, there's surprise, like it's everybody that is pretty much YouTubers or who does on this booktube space. I was shocked at the quality of the writers, and so I think it's a lot of us are like here secretly doing this, not just because we love books, but because at one point in our lives we're like, I could be an author, and then we just gave up on our dreams, except for a couple of you.
Yeah,
but no, it's
hard.
Yeah, legitimately a quality anthology, and so it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited. And I'm excited to see what everyone else wrote too. Even though I could possibly read it now if I wanted, but I want that book in my hand. I just think it'll make it more real than just reading off of a computer screen.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why it's taking so long is because of the formatting. We're not just using a typical cut and paste Amazon size. We're doing the actual this mass market paperback. This is the size it's going to be, and
it's going to be so cool.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So it'll fit right in. Oh yeah, I meant to do that, Chris. Sorry, I'll send you the video as well.
And by the way, Chris, yes, I am going to read Elric this month. It'll take me not that long because Elric books are super quick to read. But yes, I'm sorry. I have to get to the next one.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. That's it. Thanks, everybody, for showing up in the middle of the day to listen to this wacky conversation.
Yeah. Steve and I do this every Wednesday.
Yeah, your guys' channel is awesome. You guys, if anybody watching this is not subscribed, go to subscribe to Check Your Shelf. It's good stuff.
Thanks.
It is.
But you guys were a huge, not to watch each other's backs or whatever, but you guys were hugely influential on creating our channel. And one of the things I want to point out is if you're thinking about starting BookTube, find Jake's video on how to BookTube. It's the most informative video. That was the one that I went, okay, I see what we have to do. And it's so laid out for you and entertaining on top of it.
Oh, that's good. So it's my fault, huh?
Yeah, you're to blame.
Awesome.
All right, I'm closing it out. I don't have an outro, so you guys want to just sing the intro, or I'm just going to turn it off.
I don't know.
That's good, Tim. Go.
No.
Take us out, Tim.
No,
do it.
Never
do it. We'll have Brown Jenkins dancing.
No, I'm the grumpy old wizard. I refuse.
All right, we're out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.